Is this you? No matter how much you brush and floss, how much mouth rinse you use, and you do all the things that your dentist says, you still get loads of plaque and tartar building up behind your bottom front teeth. Now, if you're one of these people who gets tons of tartar buildup, do you want to know why and what you can do about it? Well, I'm Dr. Rachel. I'm the dentist at Evolve Dental here in Brisbane, and I'm going to share how to stop that buildup forming. But first, let's look at why it happens. Now, to start with, if this is you, don't panic. It's very common and it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you an oral hygiene failure, but there are ways that you can prevent it. Now, for most people, getting down behind those bottom front teeth, it's a really hard area to clean, and most people just skim over it too quickly while they're brushing. It's an awkward angle, your brush doesn't fit there properly, you've got your tongue pushing and it's in the way, and then there's the floor of your mouth as well. And because it's harder to clean, the plaque builds up fast. But the main reason that you get more tartar behind your bottom front teeth is because there are two really big salivary glands that empty out right there. And that saliva bathes the area in minerals, and that calcifies the teeth, which is great because you want to harden the teeth, but it'll also calcify the plaque. Now, plaque that doesn't get cleaned away mineralizes from the calcium salts in the saliva within about 12 to 16 hours, and so tartar's already forming like a brick wall behind your teeth if you haven't brushed well. And that mineralized layer isn't going to come off no matter how much you brush at it. So what we need to focus on is stopping that plaque from forming and hanging around the back of your front teeth for too long in the first place. So here are some things you can do to prevent that buildup. You can like, comment and subscribe to this video. Not only kidding, you can, but those things won't stop plaque buildup, but these things will. You need to brush and floss. I know, hello, again. You need to brush and floss thoroughly. Take your time. Be methodical. Clean this area several times. Do it from different angles. An angled brush like a tufted brush is great, or a small-headed electric sonic toothbrush is awesome as well. You need to floss this area every day, probably twice a day even if you can. Spend more time cleaning this prone to getting the build-up area. When you clean, spend time holding the brush there. Angle the head and the bristles towards the gums and down towards the gums. If you spend like an extra 20-30 seconds to a minute cleaning this inside area next to your tongue, you're probably not going to get so much build up. So don't simply rush, and don't think pressing harder or scrubbing your teeth is going to do the trick. No, you have to take your time and clean each area several times to get that sticky plaque layer off. Also, if you press too hard, you're going to traumatize your gums and you're going to make them recede, and you might as well just be sandpapering your teeth. Never use a hard brush. Never press the brush too hard. Don't push in and don't scrub. Like I said, an electric toothbrush helps a lot. It's easier to get in there and it's going to do a lot of the work for you. All you've got to do is to position it, and it's going to go to town on those nasty mouth bacteria and plaque layers. At the risk of repeating myself, the second thing to do is floss. Not just at night, but during the day too. After you've eaten or you've had a snack, at least just floss those front 6 teeth, and you're going to help remove any food debris and bacteria and reduce the amount of plaque forming and building up. Or you can intermittent fast and just have 1 meal a day. Only kidding. Look, if that's not your preferred eating habit, then just get into the habit of carrying some floss around and flossing after you've eaten. It's really important to floss if you've had carbs or something sweet or something sticky. Just quickly pop to the bathroom and floss those canine to canine, the front 6. Just do it real quick. Hug the floss round your teeth. Use that technique, of course. I'll share that video. Make sure you're really wrapping the floss around the tooth and you know that you've got all the bacteria away. And look, you know what? If you've got the floss out, you might as well carry on and do the others as well, but make sure you do them really properly before you go to bed. Brush your teeth when you wake up. Lots of us mouth breathe, so when we sleep, unless we mouth tape, I've got some videos on that as well, so check them out. When you mouth breathe, you sleep with your mouth open and your mouth dries out and you get this plaque-like gunk called materia alba that builds up around your teeth. You know, a bit like eye bogies, the crusty sleep that you get in the corner of your eyes. You get build up in your mouth while you're sleeping. So if you don't brush, when you wake up, all that gunky stuff allows more food and bacteria to stick to it, and then you've got that crud from nighttime building more gunk as you eat your breakfast. That's not very appetizing. You can brush with just water in the morning or dip your brush in some mouthwash. Use a mix of water, bicarb and hydrogen peroxide, and you can get rid of that nighttime film and neutralize some of the acids. Of course, you can use toothpaste on that morning wake-up brush, but if you're going to get a coffee or a tea, breakfast or juice soon after, it's going to make it taste pretty bad. Okay, so how about you try these things, see how you go, and if you're still getting lots of heavy build-up, try mouth taping. Also, make sure you're seeing your dentist so you can have your teeth cleaned more regularly, maybe every 3 to 4 months instead of every 6. Now I've got a bonus tip for you. You can try taking vitamin D3 and vitamin K2 to help keep the calcium directed into your bones and muscles to help reduce the calcium deposits building up in your mouth. If your calcium balance is out because you're not getting enough D3 and K2, you're going to get more tartar buildup. Again, there's going to be videos on this, so check those out. The other thing you can try is using an oral dental probiotic. That's one made for your dental health and not your gut. It reestablishes some healthier bacteria and the microbiome of your mouth. The other thing is to really cut back on your sugar and carbs, as this means when you eat them, or when you don't eat them, you get less nasty bacteria and they can't reproduce and build up and breed so quickly in your mouth. You can really reduce that tartar buildup by implementing the tips that I've shared. And if you're really serious about this, then you'll need to watch the video that's going to pop up about removing plaque properly.